Part 1. The Root of Starting Over. Earl Nightingale begins by discussing a common problem that many people face: the tendency to start over repeatedly in life. Whether it's with goals, careers, relationships, or personal development, he points out that this cycle isn't random. Its cause is deeply rooted in how we think and act. 1. The pattern of failure and restart. Many individuals experience short-term motivation, make a strong beginning, but gradually lose steam. This leads to a cycle of enthusiasm, gives action, gives discouragement, gives quitting, gives starting over again later. Nightingale identifies this cycle as a habit, not just a personality flaw or lack of discipline. 2. The role of mental programming. He emphasizes that our thoughts create patterns, and repeated failure often comes from deeply embedded beliefs about ourselves. If we've been conditioned to believe we're likely to fail, our subconscious will find a way to make that belief true, even when we try to improve. 3. Goals without structure. One major reason people start over is that they don't have a clear plan. They may have vague goals like "I want to be successful" or "I want to lose weight," but lack a definite purpose, timeline, or a consistent system for measuring progress. Nightingale stresses that clarity is power. People must define their goals in detail. 4. Emotional triggers. Feelings of frustration, boredom, or comparison often trigger a restart. Instead of pushing through the hard part, people see difficulty as a sign that they chose the wrong path, when in fact, it's a natural part of growth. 5. External influence. Society often promotes quick results, which feeds impatience and discouragement. People are constantly bombarded with success stories that don't show the years of struggle behind the scenes. Nightingale warns against letting outside influences dictate your internal journey. Part 2. How to break the cycle of starting over. Having explained why we repeatedly start over, Earl Nightingale turns to the solution: how to end the cycle and finally create lasting success through focus, discipline, and self-awareness. 1. The power of decision. Nightingale emphasizes that everything starts with a firm decision. Not a wish, not a hope, a clear internal commitment to pursue a definite goal until it is reached. Most people dabble or try things. Those who succeed make non-negotiable decisions backed by action. 2. Develop a definite purpose. A key difference between those who keep starting over and those who move forward is having a definite major purpose. This purpose must be written down, reviewed daily, and deeply meaningful to you, not borrowed from others. With a purpose, attractions and doubts lose their power. 3. Daily discipline. Nightingale stresses that small, consistent daily efforts are more powerful than bursts of inspiration. He compares this to planting and watering a seed. You don't dig it up every few days to check on progress. Success comes from daily disciplines that compound over time, even when progress seems invisible. 4. Guard your mind. Protect your mind from negative influences, including discouraging people, news, or your own limiting beliefs. Nightingale explains that the mind is like fertile soil. It will grow whatever is planted, whether it's weeds or flowers. Feed it positive, goal-aligned thoughts every day. 5. Build momentum with wins instead of chasing big breakthroughs. Focus on building small wins. Each win builds confidence and reinforces a sense of progress. These create momentum, which helps carry you through periods of doubt or fatigue. 6. Stick with one thing. One major cause of starting over is constantly switching directions. Nightingale warns against opportunity chasing and stresses the importance of seeing one thing through. Mastery and results come to those who stay the course. even when things get difficult or boring. Part 3. Becoming the person who finishes in the final part of the message. Earl Nightingale focuses on what it means to transform. Get yourself into someone who follows through, someone who doesn't keep restarting, but finishes what they begin and builds a life of purpose. Asterisk. Squang. Identity shapes behavior. Asterisk. Nightingale stresses that lasting change doesn't begin with behavior, but with identity. Asterisk. Instead of saying, I'm trying to become successful, say, I am the kind of person who stays consistent and finishes what I start. Asterisk. You must see yourself differently, as someone worthy of success, capable of endurance, and committed to a meaningful purpose too. Repetition builds belief. If you become what you repeatedly think and do. Asterisk. Nightingale encourages daily repetition of your goal, your purpose, and your identity through writing, visualization, and affirmations. Asterisk. Over time, these mental impressions harden into belief, and belief drives behavior. 3. Don't wait for motivation. A powerful reminder. Motivation is unreliable. Asterisk. If you wait until you feel like acting, you'll fall back into the trap of starting over. Asterisk. What builds real progress is action without emotion, doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. Asterisk. 4. Expect resistance and prepare for it. Asterisk. Nightingale points out that all meaningful goals will be met with resistance, internal doubts, boredom, fear, setbacks. Asterisk. The mistake is thinking resistance means you should quit. Asterisk. He urges listeners to expect resistance as part of the process, not as a warning sign. Asterisk. 5. Evaluate progress, not perfection. Asterisk. Instead of obsessing over perfection, focus on measuring forward motion. Asterisk. Nightingale teaches that small, steady progress should be celebrated, even if it seems insignificant. Asterisk. Avoid extremes. The perfectionist mindset often leads to burnout and quitting. Asterisk. 6. The law of cause and effect. Asterisk. Success is not an accident. It is governed by universal laws, and the most important is the law of cause and effect. Asterisk. What you sow, you will reap. Every action taken toward your purpose brings a result. Eventually, keep planting the right seeds with faith and persistence. Final message. Finish what you start. Nightingale closes with this encouragement. If you want to stop starting over, commit to finishing one thing. Asterisk. Be clear about what you want. Work on it every day. Persist through resistance. And most of all, become the person who finishes. Asterisk.